Hello and welcome to the 11th Equestria Daily Community Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about objectively the best pony, Pinkie Pie. We'll be talking through that. Today we have two guests. They've been here before, but we've brought them again. It's Glims and Slink. So as always, we'll start off with some introductions with them.
Hang on.
Oh,
I gave you
sorry.
shit every time for not reading or for reading out people's full name, and then this time you just call Glim.
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on.
Alright, I'm glad we got that sorted. So we'll start off with some introductions. I'll go for Slink first. Slink, do you want to be introduced?
Sure, yeah, I'm Slink.
Alright, thank you very much.
Alright, moving on.
Alright, Slink, so you were on once before, so we won't do the normal old boring introduction, because people don't want to hear that. They didn't want to hear it the first time, but
yeah, I know.
You told them anyway. So who is your favorite main six? I'm guessing it's going to be the same as your favorite pony, because, you know.
Out of the main six, probably Twilight or Rainbow. I like them all, but those would be my favorites, yeah.
Honestly, when people say they have Rainbow Dash as the best pony, I can't tell whether they're being sarcastic or not.
Is this a joke? Are you?
Can we get off this? We covered this last podcast. Can we not do this again?
Yeah, we can do it again.
Alright, who's your least favorite main six?
Least favorite? Ooh, that's hard, and I feel like I'm gonna get some shit for this, and I'll explain the reasoning for it later, but it would probably be either Pinkie or Rarity.
One of those is good, the other one's awful.
Those are literally my two favorites in that order, but okay.
Alright, well, NG has half of bad taste.
Just for the sake of getting some more questions, because I'm pretty unimaginative, who's your favorite secondary character? So anyone who's had a decent role in the show but isn't part of the main six.
Yikes. I don't really pay attention to secondary characters, honestly.
It's Spitfire.
It's not
Wow.
Spitfire. She's
It's
not even
totally
a secondary
Spitfire.
character. She's like a background character.
That's secondary.
Tertiary at best. But
You mean tertiary, top.
Same. Yeah, they're all the same to me. They all blend together.
They just blend together into one character. Not
Yeah.
even Discord or
Oh yeah, it'd be
Starlight
Discord.
Glimmer or...
It'd be Discord or Cadence.
Discord or Cadence. Okay, fair enough. Alright, there's some good choices. And what about your favorite background character? I'm guessing you're gonna go with Spitfire if you're dumping her in that role.
No. I don't know. Background character. They're just the prettiest one is Vinyl. So yeah.
Vinyl is pretty, isn't she?
I feel like that's just a racist statement.
Yeah.
Okay,
Do you
understand.
want to elaborate on that?
No,
Okay.
that's it.
I'll save the podcast-specific questions towards the end to build up hype.
Okay.
Get everyone in chat
Nice.
going crazy. Do like 4 people. Spone, do you wanna deal with our second guest?
Do I want to deal with Glim?
Yes.
Come on.
Alright. Didn't we already ask him the second question, so what do we need, like third question at this point?
No, he's
I
only
got
been
different
on once
answers.
before.
Oh boy. Are you
I got
ready?
plans. Yeah. Me.
Alright.
Maybe.
Answer all of the questions that Slink just answered.
Awesome. Okay. So, hi, I'm Glims. You've heard me before. Probably not. Who cares?
That's not a question.
I know, but you guys let him say his name. I want to say my name. Anyway, favorite and least favorites of the main six. Okay. Let me break this down real quick. It's Rarity, then Fluttershy for the top two. Okay.
Meaning worst or best?
Best.
What?
Best. Yeah. Rarity
What?
and Fluttershy.
Alright,
Rarity and then
That's good.
Fluttershy.
What?
that's good. That's good.
All right. For the worst, Rainbow Dash, then Applejack.
I mean, okay,
Yeah.
you've got redeeming factors there, but also like those top ones are just what?
Okay. No. Okay. The top ones have some really good episodes in characterization. Okay.
Fluttershy?
Yeah, Fluttershy's pretty good now.
Characterization?
Look. Okay. You know, like latest episode where she's like solving all of her problems. Okay. Every episode this season that she's had a problem in, she solved it with role playing.
Oh god, yeah, nope. I
Literally
think
the
that's a good reason not to like. I
No,
think you pretty
that's
much
even more
explained
reason.
it. How do you solve your problems? I roleplay.
Yeah, and look at Rarity. How does she solve some of her problems?
She
Roleplay.
doesn't.
Huh, what do you mean?
Whenever I run into an issue in real life, I just start saying
I just
"boy"
roleplay.
repeatedly.
I just start ooh woo pouncing on people and it works.
Yeah, it does, honestly. I mean, hey, you want to get away from someone? Just start doing that crud. Easy. They won't ever fool
Just-
you again.
Just glomp them and it'll be
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, look at Discord, right? Fluttershy is his favorite,
No.
and role-playing is one of her things. He doesn't want to do anything because he already knows what's going to happen if he goes evil again. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be very cringy.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Alright, you know what? Fair enough.
As for least favorites, I mean,
You don't have to explain yourself there.
Yeah.
Rainbow Dash goes without saying. Applejack, we can talk about that later.
oh, don't worry. Yeah. For secondary, I don't consider Starlight secondary. First of all, it's an insult.
Nah, she's definitely secondary
secondary.
character.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
the main 6, so obviously secondary.
don't worry, Saki. I'll explain Applejack later or something.
You right.
But okay, so I don't know if she counts as a secondary character or not, but I'd put Sugar Bell there.
Okay, you know what? Fair enough. Sugar Bell,
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd say that's secondary.
she's great. She's freaking perfect.
That's
we
Big
need
Mac's
more of
waifu,
her.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always get confused. They have very similar names.
No, it's not Sweetie Belle. Completely different.
Yeah. Look, if Sweetie Belle is the wife, then we'd have some issues. So,
Yeah, some people, they got weird ships.
and then Faith background would. I don't really know what counts as background anymore, but
Just someone in the
Amethyst.
background who hasn't really spoken anything.
Amethyst Star.
Who's that?
Fucking... I know which one you
Okay,
saw.
she's got like one line in the whole. No, multiple. She's got a few lines in this show, but she was the original planner that they spoke of in episode 100.
Yeah, she was the
Yeah.
original town planner, but then Twilight came along. But then episode 100, she's like, I get a plan again, and it's woohoo!
I'll look at a picture afterwards. It's fine.
Yeah, it's great though, because like during episodes, you can always play a game of finding her, because she'll always appear somewhere.
Excuse me,
So,
are you
isn't that
referring
just
to
what happens with the
Lyra?
It is, but it's not as exciting with therapy because they do it on purpose.
Are we talking Roseluck? Are we talking Lyra? Are we talking fucking
any
Minuet,
background
aka Colgate?
character?
No,
That's
we're
a
not
great
talking
question,
about any of
whether
those.
it's Minuet or Colgate, but
Background pony number 5, exactly.
All they do is scream.
alright.
Go to like a crowd shot and pick one, and that's the favorite.
Oh my god. But
Anyways, now you can elaborate on Applejack because we got those questions out of the way.
Okay, so straight up, a lot of my hatred for Applejack just comes from how many episodes she's appearing in.
Is unwarranted, got it. Understood.
Yeah, and a lot of her problems are samey. Like, she'll have episodes where she's good, but then she'll have episodes where she's like, the spa episode with Rarity, for instance. It's just annoying.
Yeah, you're right. I think that was Rarity that made it annoying, but yeah.
Well, Applejack makes a lot of things hard for me to watch.
It's understandable. We
Yeah.
we all have that one character. Mine is just not Applejack.
Pretty much. But
And
yeah,
yeah, I would also agree that she's probably better as a secondary character. Although I do like some of her episodes that focus on her.
yeah, I mean, she's capable of being a good character, but because of how many episodes she has, they kind of reuse things of her.
Are we
And
talking about Rarity again?
wow, okay. Hey, at least when they give Rarity a redo, she knocks it out.
At least when they give her a redo, they throw Mon into the episode and ruin it.
Wow, okay.
I don't want to go into this. This will take too long. All right. We'll have a podcast about it. Deal with it then.
Yeah.
Alright, look, I'll wait until we get to
Alright.
it, and then I will talk about Mod some more.
Yeah. Maud is
But
later
yeah.
on. You can fail at shitting on Maud there with your shit reasons.
Yes.
All right. So
Now also, ask your specific question. Come on, I know you want to.
yeah, I know. Now that everyone's hyped up, they're probably on the edge of their seats.
Wow. I'm
Dan
so
Star's always on the
excited.
edge of
Dan Star's always on the edge of his seat. Slink, I'll go back to you first. What is your
Okay.
favorite Pinkie Pie break? And by that I mean any sort of like comedic relief moments she's had from the show. Yeah, I stole your definition. You gotta do it.
Thanks. Honestly, Um,
Yeah, it
I'm-
was.
I
good
don't
answer.
really remember comedic like obviously there's ones like probably like the Gen 3.5. I can make this face one because that's the only one I can really remember. Well,
This
like remember vividly. So that would probably be it.
can't. All right. All right.
No,
That's
are you disappointed? Are you looking like? Are you fishing for an answer that you want?
yeah.
You're
That's,
like, oh, I really want this answer, and if nobody picks it, even though this is such an obscure question, I'm gonna be upset.
no, I mean it is not even an obscure one. It's just fine. You know, Glims. It's What about you?
What?
Don't
What-
let him down, Glenn.
What's your favorite Pinkie Pie break?
Favorite Pinkie Pie break?
And by that I mean any moment of comedic relief that she's had in the show, such as
rap.
like the Wonderbolts rap.
Easily the rap. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Let me
See,
tell you,
that's the answer I was
been-
going for, Spone. That's the answer I was going for. That's the right one.
I've waited years for that card to be released on iTunes, extended maybe, and I have not been given that wish yet.
No, same with
hurts.
Spotify. It's an all-round
Can't
issue.
believe you guys actually want that.
Yeah, I'm
Why?
Pretty sure
I don't
know
want
it
to be
by heart,
reminded of it.
but you know.
please don't demonstrate. Let's just move
Yeah,
on from
please.
this.
We don't need. We don't need a demonstration.
It's fine. I don't have anyone here egging me on. Yeah, the wiki part is the best bit.
Just lead us forward, please. I don't want
Spone,
to. No singing.
what about you? What about you?
Dude, I didn't even think about like breaks, and let's just say that I like all of them.
You like all of them. That is.
Yeah,
also acceptable.
I'm going to opt out of answering by saying all of them.
Man, I always love these things. It's like the best part of any show she's in, and then you guys are just like, wait, what the fuck?
The best
What-
part,
what's
you
a
just
Pinkie
is
Pie
this
break,
like why
mate?
you watch the show? You're like, oh man, I love it when like these small things happen that are obscure.
They all come together to make one.
Okay, you know
great
what? I
show.
take that back. There is one that I enjoyed. I liked it when she did like the Looney Tunes thing, where like she got stuck in like the fucking closing circle outro thing. I liked that. I remember that.
Well,
Oh, I
which
know what you're
one?
talking about.
It was like the
Hey,
it
that's
was like
my
the Looney
line.
Tunes. Yeah, it's yeah.
In
You know, have you ever
last
seen Looney
roundup.
Tunes with like it like zooms in with like the black and then it circles in on the person?
Yeah,
and
no, it
you're
happened
like,
a few
"Wait."
times though.
Yeah.
I think it happened once with the second Trixie episode and once in the last roundup.
I only remember it happening once, but you know what? When it happened both times, I liked them both.
Wasn't that the one we were talking about where
Oh, hey,
that's
that's
how
what I
the
said.
series ends? Is it just does that Looney Tunes circle in and she's like, that's all folks, and then it's just fucking over. Freaking over. Excuse my profanity. I am so sorry.
That's the end of the show right there.
Oh, that's the second one. Yeah, Socky managed to get them both down.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then mine is, if you can tell from Glim's reaction, is the Wonderbolt strap one. Because
That's bad.
I was about to say all the lyrics, but I really
Yeah,
want to, but
no,
I
please,
won't. It's
please
fine.
don't. We don't need.
We
don't
can
need-
move on. We can move on. We can move on.
We can do a duet.
No, please.
How do we
Let's
duet
not say we
one
didn't.
person's lines?
Let's not and say we didn't.
Easy.
By
Just
not
say
doing
the
it.
same lines at the same time.
Fair
No
enough.
problem.
All right, so since you guys like barely fucking know the breaks, we'll just skip that part of the podcast. because,
Awesome.
You know, whatever.
Skip the breaks because they're not important anyways.
They
Oh
are
my
to
God.
me. They are to me. Okay, so I was gonna do it as like a lightweight thing to before we get into serious discussion, but whatever. We can just go straight into Pinkie Pie's personality in the show. So
You said we were going for serious things. What?
yeah, but it's like a serious,
Her personality. Let's go. Very serious topic.
Very serious.
like I'm being called out here, and
Just
Yeah.
a little.
Yo, he just
This-
came here to have fun. You guys are just attacking him.
Dude, Pinkie is like also the least serious.
but she can be the most serious.
She
That's-
can be like
that's-
in the movie when she yells at Twilight.
Yeah, she can be real when she needs to be. All right,
Sometimes.
so I guess what do people think of Pinkie Pie's personality? So there's a lot of things to it. She just wants to be friends with everyone, or does she just want to make everyone happy? But there's also she acts stupid at times, but then she also shows instances where she seems like one of the smartest, like with the party planning cave. She has documented all the people's like birthdays and shit in Ponyville, and that's just like shows she's. I'm just gonna like
You're doing
go
really
on a
good.
one-person sort of. Pinkie Pie is great, so I'll move this to someone else. Glims, what do you think of Pinkie Pie, and specifically her personality? What do you think? How do you think she acts?
Okay, so first of all, I think she's sandbagging the entire time. She's secretly the smartest, most serious character in the show, but she's too afraid to show her true personality. So she puts on this facade that she's just this ball of happiness, throws party for everyone, and she set herself up in a position to where no one questions the odd things she does when she miraculously answers a math problem completely, or she has all of your personal info from like the day you were born to now.
She's Facebook.
God, Pinkie Pie's Facebook.
But yeah, see, it's just like she's a mastermind, but no one thinks that because she's Pinkie. I mean, she's stupid. She's just a party pony. Who cares? But she knows what she's doing.
See, that's exactly how I.
She's such a powerful character that the writers actually had to like write her out sometimes because of how powerful she is.
Yeah.
Exactly,
write
like
out half the
princesses.
characters in the show whenever any conflict happens. Okay, that's not like an achievement.
Horses are too powerful, unless you're Fluttershy.
They take it in shifts, so sometimes some of them are useful, sometimes some of the other ones are. It's exhausting to have everyone on the ready at all times.
Yeah.
That's the canon explanation.
Hey Slink, can you explain why you don't like the pink horse?
Yeah. Okay. I don't have a problem with her personality.
Oh,
like,
okay. Well, never
it's
mind.
not.
We're
It's
done.
not like.
That's it. That's all
No,
we needed.
shut. I'm going on a tangent here now.
Okay, go for it.
So like, she's fine. She's the comedic relief. She has her funny moments. She does her fourth wall breaks and like her little gags, and she's the fun, happy party pony. But like, I don't really enjoy that kind of stuff in the first place, so it's whatever for me.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's.
You don't enjoy the pink party pony?
Yeah,
Slink just doesn't enjoy happiness.
Yeah, I just am.
It's not relatable
crushing
for him.
mire of depression, so it just doesn't. It doesn't work for me. And beyond that, like, I don't like her episodes usually. They're kind of like Party of One was good. I like that one.
Of course, because it's depressive, you can think about that and you're like, oh yes, I can relate to that.
But like every other Guild of the Brush Off was more of an arty episode than Pinkie, so that doesn't really count. And moving on from then, they're just kind of, she tries to make people happy, it doesn't work, she gets sad about it, and then it's resolved somehow, and it's the same thing, and it's not very exciting, and I don't enjoy the episodes. And also, Discord is a character that just does what she does better, in my opinion. Like, he's hilarious, and Pinkie and Discord never interact really, so it's just like, why have Pinkie when you have Discord? But then he's a secondary character, so I can't have him.
This is some serious, like, fucking heresy I'm hearing.
Slink is just against strong female leads that are also funny. I understand.
Yeah.
Can't believe you, Slink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you caught me.
No, I know what you mean. Like, I can understand that reasoning, and that's fair enough. But also, you're wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't even say anything objective. I can't be wrong. So
no,
fuck
you
No,
did.
it's over. You did. You said that she was bad, and there you go.
Amazing.
That's all
Every
NG
word
heard
of
the
what you
whole
just
time.
said was wrong.
Jeez, NG.
Spone,
Respect,
do
Slink.
you wanna talk
What?
about your feelings on Pinkie Pie?
I mean, I like her. I think she's funny. I think that she's really nice, and trying to make people happy is a worthwhile goal. I also think that she doesn't fuck things up all the time, which is nice.
She really does fuck
that's
things
pretty
up,
much
does
it.
she?
She doesn't really mess things up for the most
She
part.
does sometimes.
And even if she does, like, it's usually fine because she's just like, she has magical abilities. She's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just reminded me of just Cranky Doodle Doo. That episode was just the worst. The worst. It was so bad. She was such a horrible freaking. It makes me mad because
But she
like
is trying.
Cranky Doodle didn't want to be her friend, and
She
she
wanted.
was the most intrusive, annoying person that publicly shamed him basically. Just
Bro,
ruined his
but did you
life
see how it
because
ended?
She couldn't get over the fact. Yeah, he became her friend because it's My Little Pony, and
But
everybody has
she
to be friends at the
also
end.
she knows everyone, and she knew how to make him happy.
It was luck. It was
It was
luck.
luck. Hey,
It
she
was
is
luck.
luck. She is the embodiment of luck.
She kind of is. That
That's
is true.
why. That's why she's good.
She's
She gets lucky.
special to luck 10.
Everything works for her. She is the true Mary Sue.
Off of what D Curtis says is like the moral was supposed to be you can't be friends with everyone, right? But it was portrayed in the way that she kept being tenacious about it and just like be my friend, be my friend, be my friend, be my friend, and it worked out. And that's
Are you
the
telling
wrong
me
moral
that's not
to pick
how
up from it.
that's completely how it works?
That's why Discord has a block
I-
function.
I would like to say though, real quick, I feel like it's kind of a major flaw in the show is that only the bad guys end up not wanting friendship at all in the end. I feel the show has a problem with like villainizing people who dare to want to isolate themselves or like maybe just don't want to be friends.
Yo, let's
You
have
know?
a quick psychology talk.
Yeah, why not?
I agree with you. I don't. No, I agree with Glim. Like the fact is, like, I don't want to touch too much on like, oh yeah, it's inconsistent or it doesn't make sense because like the writing, like a lot of the major antagonists are just like, ever since Sunset, right? It's villains who are like, I don't want to be friends with you for some odd
People
reason.
hurt me when I was younger.
So I'm gonna go do a cataclysmic event where I try and kill everyone or rewrite the future, and then okay, we're friends now. It's all good. We're all friends. It's no
because
problem. Friendship is
everybody-
magic.
Everybody needs friend. Also, yeah, that is kind of like the moral of the show. Is like friendship is. It's all about friendship. If there was lack of friendship, it'd be a little concerning. It's like, is this even the same show?
But it's also there's no consequences, so.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
it's a children's show. What do you expect? You want there to be like
Children's
nuclear
shows can
fallout?
have consequences.
That's the magic of friendship, dude. You
Dude,
don't
okay.
have to like face.
I think that what they do with the show is great because it's like friendship's important, and then I meet people and they're like, I don't need friends. Everybody has friends, regardless of unless you're like antisocial to the point where you become like a serial killer because you don't like people. Everybody has at least like a friend or people they consider friends, even if you don't think they're friends. People need social interaction.
This is true.
It's very true. People who don't have social interaction, man, they go crazy.
They go crazy.
And then
How's
people
this
who go
count?
online and they say like, nah, I don't need social interaction. Bitch, you're online talking to people. That's social interaction.
I feel
Yeah,
like
try
the
and
message
I could
was
do it from the comfort
misportrayed
of
in
my
the
own
whole.
home.
Oh,
What was
go
it,
ahead,
Slim?
NG.
I didn't say anything. I just said I was just shit posting, but verbally.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
I feel like a lot of like valid criticisms of, like you just said, like a valid criticism of mine was I'm not saying you're sweeping it aside, but that's the general consensus I get is like it's a show about making friends and overcoming friendship problems. So this actual narrative flaw that's teaching a bad moral is swept aside because the overall message of the show is that friendship is magic. And
There was
like
oh, sorry. I
like
thought you were done.
I'm not gonna be shitting on Glimmer for this, so don't get mad at me, Glim. But like this was a major flaw was Starlight Glimmer tried to rewrite the past and basically ruin society because of her not wanting to have friends, right? And then Twilight's like, yeah, don't do that. Friends are cool. And Starlight's, yeah, friends are cool. And then like Starlight, as the show is shown, gets like no consequences for that, nothing's wrong, which teaches like this toxic moral of like you can make friends with the worst of people, who can be toxic influences on you. That's a fact of life, is that sometimes there are friends who are toxic influences.
No, but sometimes you have to be the good influence on that toxic person's life.
There's a difference between a toxic person and a person who's going down the wrong road in life.
I feel like there was an episode on that, like something about
Guild of the Brush Off?
toxic. Yeah.
Dude, you want an even
Maybe.
better? I mean, like, there's also the Lightning Dust one. There's also the like season finale with Chrysalis, where it's like, oh, you want to be redeemed? Nah.
I mean, like the Lightning Dust one was more about going along with it, like
Yeah, toxic
sacrificing
people.
morals over.
Yeah, going along with toxic people and people that you shouldn't go along with because it's like, oh, well, maybe you shouldn't be with these people. Yeah, you do really good, but also look how it's hurting you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
What-
that was a good episode for that, and I would
Yeah, it
agree
was a
that,
good
like,
episode.
the Cranky one, I personally don't really like that episode for
Yeah,
different
it's
reasons,
got, it's
because
got a great
I find it
song,
really
but-
yeah, it's got a good song, but I just found it personally annoying to watch, which is also a problem with Pinkie sometimes, is that she's just overly annoying at times.
Yeah, I can.
Too much sometimes, yeah. Like, it's good for comedic relief, but when it like gets overbearing, it's kind of annoying.
There was also with Starlight something that I liked about her since she was reformed was there was that episode where she couldn't really make friends with the main six because she didn't really click with them. And I was also kind
Oh,
of
no.
saying like, oh, you don't have to be friends with everyone. And then she just found Trixie and someone that she could be friends with.
Yeah,
Because
and
they
it's
had a lot more in
teaching.
common.
You see, that was
So-
also great. I mean, this isn't really like Pinkie Pie, but
It's
I
about
really like
friends,
that.
and that's pretty much
Teaching
Pinkie
you
Pie.
that you don't have to be friends with everyone, but there is always people out there that you can be friends with, even if they aren't friends of the other people you're friends with.
Speaking of Pinkie Pie episodes and this like topic of cutting out friends, the Guild of the Brush Off episode, which in my opinion is one of the best morals of cutting out a toxic friend, right? Gilda was
That's the season one, right?
yeah, Gilda was bullying all of Artie's friends,
Yeah.
and Pinkie was getting like just bullied by her, and Artie is like just no. And but then they went back on it in like season 5 or something when they
Okay,
went
but
up
the
to
way they went back on it was pretty good. They did explain a lot about why Gilda is like how Gilda is. You go back, you see like how her life is at home. You're like, God, no wonder you're such an angry individual.
And they did it with the delicious friendship-making powers of Pinkie Pie improved baking powder.
Yeah, but like you can just see like all of the Griffins are like that. It's not just Gilda. Like it's just a Griffin thing in general where people are like assholes. It's like yeah, it's neat. You can see why, and then you're like, hey, maybe you guys should do something different.
how do you guys feel about the like each of Pinkie's episodes, I guess?
What do you mean?
Like for example, like I'm trying to I don't really know many Pinkie episodes. Like Party of One, how did you feel that episode portrayed Pinkie's character, and did it improve her?
Dude,
detract
Party of
on it?
One was nice, but I feel like they overdid it. It's one of those instances where it's like, hey, it's cool to show like, hey, she's cut out of things and she feels like she's not friends. It makes her sad. But then I feel like they took it a little far, where they're like trying to show her as like mentally unstable for that. It's the same
I
thing they
like
did with
that,
like
though.
Twilight.
It was funny.
Poor
I just feel like they overdid the reaction on some things, which I guess is a Pinkie Pie kind of thing. But and it's never happened again is the kind of thing where it's just like it felt like it was early writing trying to put it in, and then later on they realized like maybe we shouldn't overdo it. Same with like the Twilight Time one where she goes fucking crazy over like the doll.
The first 4 seasons, every single character just needed psychiatric help. Like
Yeah,
Fluttershy
Fluttershy.
had crippling anxiety. Pinkie was just insane. Twilight
Rainbow
was
Dash is
also
super
insane.
insecure.
Just and then everybody got better, and Applejack became a background character.
Yeah, Applejack still feels like I really like Applejack's character, but it feels like lately they're just writing it as like, hey, I'm here and I'm honest.
Honestly, if they want to save her character, stop pairing her up with Rainbow Dash.
Dude said yes, agreed. Don't
If they
put her
want to
with
save her
trash.
character, they need to find a new role for Starlight, because Starlight is a more common occurrence than Applejack in episodes, and Starlight is the straight man of episodes, which means that Applejack's role of being a straight man is just gone. So it's just haha, me farm family, and
Me
then
farm.
like fades out of the episode.
Which is not even like the biggest with like the family thing now, or like any of the other side stuff. Like farming is just it now. That's all she has, and that's all she is.
You know what she needs this season is just like a good episode.
Yeah,
That is.
like
Have we even
Crazy
had an
ideas, but
Applejack
heresy.
episode this season aside from like the one that was awful,
No.
I don't think so. No,
like completely garbage?
maybe they just threw that one in to justify why she won't have any more episodes again.
She'll just never have an episode until
Yeah.
it fucking ends. That's
So like,
fine.
look, she's terrible, and then that's it.
It's like when when a series gets progressively badder until it just gets cancelled and no one cares anymore. They're just doing that, but with just Applejack.
You know, most
Yeah.
of the time people will say worse instead of badder.
Better.
Matter.
That is.
It's a fun
Heresy.
word.
Alright, what else?
should we-
What else do we have to talk about?
All right.
Wait,
So
I would just like to say real quick because
Go
y'all
for it.
freaking talked about Starlight and I didn't get to say a word.
No, we're not talking about Starlight. We already had that podcast.
I know.
You're already on a podcast with
I
Starlight.
didn't criticize Starlight
No,
with
no,
House,
I just
please.
like to, I just like to tell Slink her punishment is that she has to associate with any of them.
There you go. You have to associate with Rainbow Dash, and if anything, that's already a
It-
punishment.
I
in
think
of
the
itself.
real tragedy is that there's still some of the most competent characters in the show. That's
There
the
you
real
go.
tragedy there.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
I'm good
So Pinkie Pie. Outside of her being great, which I'll just say in between every topic because it should be reaffirmed.
Yeah.
What about her insecurities? So she's got a few of them. So party of one, we talked about that a bit. She was afraid of having unfaithful friends. She was afraid that her friends didn't feel the way about her that she felt about them. There was the baby cakes episode where she was afraid of being irresponsible, so wanted to take care of the kids, but then the kids were just nightmares and they were just assholes, and I hope they never appear again. But you know, they made her feel irresponsible because everyone does see her as the stupid party pony and not anyone serious. And then we got the cranky doodle one, afraid of not making a friend. Cheese sandwich, which she doubted her inabilities of party planning and thought everyone just like hated her parties. And then we got the RD pie one, where she was afraid that she hasn't made her friend happy with all these years, with all these pies that she's been making for them, whereas RD can just told her, but that's fine. That's another issue.
you know,
That's
all
literally
of
everything I could have
her-
thought of. But
all of her insecurities are like the same thing. Is just afraid of like people not being happy.
I think it's a realistic fear.
Yeah,
but like
it's
the only
a
problem
real one.
I have with her portrayal of it is just that it's not it's in her character, but it's just like it's kind of thrown in every once in a while. It's not like a common theme of like she's always bubbly, right? And then she has these couple episodes where like a cheese sandwich shows up and one ups her, and then she's sad, and then party of one happens and she's sad. But like it's just kind of like half thrown in, and it just feels inconsistent because she doesn't really show any signs of it. Well, signs is a bad term for it, but it doesn't feel like a consistent part of her character.
Oh man,
Yeah.
are you ready? I got this one. I
Oh.
can explain that,
all right.
but I'll let Glim go first.
No, I was just gonna add on saying that I think she's got like one of the most realistic sets of insecurities and like some of the most relatable ones. But like Slink said, they are not brought up often enough. And like they're only brought up if the episode's gonna be based around it. But like if it happens in another episode, she'll just like lose that character trait completely and just double down on her annoyingness or something to cover it up. So it's yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
keep
it's
going.
like it's really weird how they handle it, but for the most part, they handle it kind of okay, I guess.
Seguing off of that, I guess like my big gripe with it is that it's never resolved, the problem that she has. Like the underlying issue with it, which it could also be attributed to like season 1, just bad writing. But like Party of One I can forgive because it was a fun episode. It wasn't really like it had part of her character, but it wasn't meant to be taken like 100% seriously. Not like any episodes are, but like with Cheese Sandwich, right? She gets sad or whatever, and then Cheese Sandwich is like, "Oh, we can work together," but the reason why she's sad was never addressed, and that's never worked on. So it's just kind of like, "Oh, she got better." It's a character improvement, but nothing actually changed with her. She's still gonna get sad if that ever happens again, probably.
All right,
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I've got it.
Spone got his shotgun loaded. He's just ready to start
Yeah, I'm
firing.
ready. Okay, first off, I feel like Pinkie Pie's insecurity / problem isn't really much of a problem. It's more of just like a normal reaction to things. Like she gets sad, but that's like if you've ever met someone who is happy all the time, if they're not like the main star and they're off by themselves, they can kind of start feeling worse about things. But I feel like Pinkie Pie is really good at putting on an act to make sure that her friends are at least feeling good around her when she is not the main character. Which is why I think that you kind of see her not being as happily and bubbly when she's in like episodes by herself, because like she'll go off and be on her own. So I feel like with that, it's a lot of her acting just to like make sure that the people she's around are happy, because if you act happy, it makes people happy. Even if you're not happy all the time. And then secondly, with her problem, it's not really like something that needs to be solved, I don't think. It's not something that you can solve. It's, you know, if there's just something that bothers you and it makes you sad, you can't really like be like, I'm just not going to let it make me sad anymore.
Just don't be sad. God.
I mean, Fluttershy just was like in a single episode, like, fuck anxiety. I'm too cool for school now.
Yeah, and that's
it
dumb.
ain't easy
I don't
to be
like that.
breezies. And
Yeah, you can't just flip like that. Like, people are going to have issues in their lives that bother them, and, you know, learning how to deal with it, yes, to an extent, but also it's still going to be a problem. Like, no matter how many times somebody is, you know, be mean to Pinkie, it's still going to hurt a little bit. Like, you can, yeah, get used to it, but maybe, like, you're still going to have breaks every once in a while where it's like, hey, you know, it's not cool. It actually hurts my feelings.
It is, yeah, it is consistent at least with the what
Yeah.
came into my head, the cheese sandwich episode where she's only sad indoors. Like she's happy when she's like talking to herself. So like when she's looking at the photos or something during the reprise part of the song, and then she heads back out and then she gets happy again, or she's happy until the song ends. Once the song ends, she doesn't just stick around moping. She just leaves because she doesn't want to be sad around her friends and things. So it's consistent with what I can think of as well. So I think
No, because the whole thing is making other people happy, which is like, you know, props to you. I really like that. That's something that I can agree with highly. But yeah, it's kind of neat how they write that in, where she is always happy around other people, and whenever she is sad, it's usually when she's alone.
yeah,
It's very good.
I think Party of One she was around other people, but I guess that was just
She
Well,
was-
Party of One, she was alone
she
for a while.
kind of
but then-
lost her marbles towards the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, but that again, that one was that was the first. I'm just going to disregard first season character development because I don't know if there is any. It's more so of like getting characters set up, but then they kind of overdid it a little bit with people just like, hey, look, they have a problem. They really have a problem. Like they want you to know, look, these
They
are
suck.
perfect characters.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
At least it was really, at least it's set up for, you know, her being batshit crazy. I kind of like it. It's kind of like a fun headcanon of just her being a step away from
It's a fun little thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish they would have kept it, honestly, because I think it's like one of the more interesting sides she's had.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't work for the show in my opinion. Like it's kind of neat, but like we don't want her having a mental breakdown all the time. Like maybe one more time would be kind of funny, but you don't want to hit like the same joke over and over. Like if you had Maud in every episode.
Oh my god. Right.
You always got to bring it up.
No, we're gonna bring it up later. I just have to keep alluding to it.
I mean, just
We got to have a fucking mod podcast at some point.
This is a Maud podcast.
yeah, we're gonna. I could talk about Pinkie Pie all day, but I figured this could be a decent chance to just slip
Talk
in
about her family. Oh man, it's a great
Yeah.
time. It's almost
heck
like I
yeah.
tried segueing into the next topic.
No.
Oh
Whoa.
my god, did you? That is just.
Did I legitimately think about it? Possibly.
Did you just
Nah,
try
complete
and
luck.
change topic without our consent? That is not okay.
Yeah, you know I do that sometimes.
Alright, so family members. We had a parents podcast, so I think we can just ignore those because we talked about them.
Yeah, we talked about their
not
parents, and their
relevant
parents are
anyways.
garbage anyways. 'Cause, yeah, they're not there.
Yeah, so we'll talk about our sisters then. We can start with Maud Pie if you want, Spone.
Oh, I would love to start with Maud.
You know, give Spawn the floor to start, honestly.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone thinks I hate Maud. I don't hate Maud. I just like how the show keeps using her joke as something that's supposed to be funny, but we've seen it like 5 times, so it's not funny anymore.
Well, why am I laughing?
It's
Spone?
very hypocritical
Why am I
considering we're talking about Pinkie Pie.
No, look, Pinkie Pie has some variety, right? You get different kinds of bubbly humor.
You
With
just
Maud,
can't
it's
appreciate
always,
deadpan humor. It's an
it's
art form.
always
It's an
deadpan.
art form.
Deadpan, most unenthusiastic. Whenever it's Maud, it's like, "Hey, Maud,
That's
how are
the
you doing?"
joke.
I'm okay. Oh, real knee slapped her there. Oh, they
You just
performed
are
in a
on
way that
like
wasn't happy.
plebeian humor level. You
I
don't
mean-
appreciate the patrician taste.
Look, I thought it was funny the first time too. I was like, hey, that's pretty funny. And then I saw the second time, I'm like, oh, it's that character. That's neat. And then the third time, I'm like, yeah.
Maybe it's not a
And
gag,
then
and
the
it's
fourth time, I'm like, okay, look, I got it. I got it the first 4 times. And then like the 6th time came around, I'm like, I understand the humor. It's just not funny anymore.
Are you telling me if you met someone like that in real life, you wouldn't think they were cool?
yeah. Just
yeah, pretty
after
much.
the 6th encounter, it's just like, don't talk to me anymore.
Yeah, pretty
God.
much,
I don't
like, it's
talk to
like-
people with no inflection.
Look, if I'm talking to a person and they're just deadpan every time I meet them, eventually I'm gonna be like, you're just a buzzkill to be around. You're not fun to be around. You're just ruining everything. I come in and you're just over here.
Dang!
Oh, look at
yes,
Mr. Be nice to everyone over
Yo,
here.
You just
You're
go in and
not
shatter
nice.
their world. Holy crud!
And then they become even more deadpan. It's just a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
It's a vicious cycle. Maybe they should try being happy.
It's.
Sometimes.
Have you tried not being sad? For
Exactly.
once?
Just don't be sad.
I mean, I'm British, so this sort of deadpan.
The thing
humour
with Maud
speaks-
is that she is happy. Like she doesn't have problems. She's just deadpan for everything. It's like, could you
It's
maybe
a-
try showing that you care a little bit?
If we're gonna
She
talk
did.
about this on a critical level, I think it's like a reference to the fact that sometimes you can't relate to a character. Like the
Yeah, I think that
Mudbriar
is
episode.
great.
The Mudbriar episode is a very obvious example of Pinkie just not meshing
Okay,
with that person.
I love the morals, right? Like I love the morals of all the episodes, unless they fuck them up. But yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I like the morals, and I do like the moral of that episode. I just don't like her character for the comedic effect that it has. Like her character in general is fine, but whenever they try to use her for comedic effect in the show, it's just not funny because I have already expected.
Usually the comedic effect, beyond like the initial introduction of Mod, the comedic effect of all the Mod episodes, besides like the really bad jokes, which are in every episode, but
Yeah, of course, yeah.
beyond that, it's usually the reaction to her just not caring.
It's the
is
reaction is
joke.
just it's always the same.
I
Yeah,
like.
that's because
It's
it's
like-
I
it's like
liked
being-
Rarity's like interaction in the main.
I
man
did not
episode.
like Rarity. I hated that episode. It's
Oh, I
one of my
loved
least
it.
favorite
I loved
episodes in
it.
the entire show.
Yeah, what the crud, Spoon?
It didn't have a good moral.
But
Really.
it was like
just kind
when.
of like
Is that's the
Do
one where
things for
Pinkie
the
Pie
ones you
stole
love.
the party cannon,
It was
isn't
a
it?
boring episode. It was hard to watch. I
It
had
was
to like
heartwarming.
chug through it, and I'm watching. I'm like, yeah, it's nice, and it shows that she cares, and that I liked that.
What
But
about,
it's just such a boring episode to watch. It's like saying, "Hey guys, remember to do your taxes," and it's a whole episode about doing taxes. It's like, yeah, it's a good moral, but it's not fun to watch.
Oh, it sounds like a good episode to me.
Yeah, I would love that episode. That'd be
Maybe
hilarious.
This is why you guys like Mud.
Just 20 minutes of Twilight, like,
20
okay,
minutes.
after you've accounted for all
First
of
you
your
get your
economic
W.
variables, you want to process your income salary. Income salary. That's a
Income
woozy of a
salary.
term.
And yeah, no, another thing is like Mud sometimes come across as like, blunt and the person who says how it is, but like we have 2 characters now that do that already with Starlight and Applejack, and they are, main characters who are supposed to say how it is. So Mud, when she does it, it's just like, hey, she does it, but with a boring voice.
I mean, she
You
hasn't
know-
really done that since Starlight came into play.
I know, which is better. I'm happy they haven't like tried to shoehorn her in as like, look, she's the honest one.
So what about her
Honesty.
relationship to Pinkie? That's the important part here. This
Okay,
is the
I
Pinkie
really,
podcast.
I do like the relationship that she has with Pinkie. I really love the Pie family in general for their like different temperaments that each of them have. And I really think that it's nice that you don't have to be super happy and bubbly all the time to show that you care, that's nice. I like that. I like her character and what she portrays. I just don't like it when they try to make it like the humor. And they always try every episode that she's in with the humor. It's like, look, she's at a stand-up club this time. Oh, she told a joke and it wasn't funny and people didn't laugh.
But Pinkie
Just like
laughed
me.
because Pinkie cares.
Now Pinkie cares, yeah, and that's why I like it, because it shows like, hey, family, they get along, they understand each other. It's just not funny to everyone else. And that's kind of how that episode in the beginning kind of worked for everyone. You watch it, you're like, hey, that's not funny, but it's nice that they're sisters and they get along.
I don't know about them, but anti-jokes are funny. So,
You guys
That's
have
you
a
know,
good sense of humor.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Don't, please.
Why
The
did
chicken
chicken-
didn't cross the road.
High level humor, my IQ is working
200
overtime.
IQ.
Oh, you really got me. That's a real knee slapper there. I'm gonna be laughing all week. I'm gonna have to tell that to everyone.
You're just gonna think about it at 3 a.m. You're gonna be like, the chicken didn't cross
Yeah.
the road, and you're just gonna
No.
laugh all over again.
See, because this is one of those jokes that's a real thinker, you know? You'll be laying in bed and you're like, wait, why didn't he cross the road though?
Look, I like jokes
Christ.
that have like a huge letdown in them, but when they're just short and there's a letdown, it's not like there's no build up. It's just a letdown. You have to build up to have the letdown, but if you're like, oh, why did the chicken cross the road? You have like 2 seconds to get hyped, and then it drops. You have like a longer
don't even
joke
get-
that goes on and you elaborate, and then suddenly you hit it with like, there's no punchline.
It's like a roller coaster where you go up the slope, right?
Yeah,
And then it just ends.
and then you
It's the
drop.
best. Like,
No, yeah, you have to.
I would
Like,
be.
you can't have the roller coaster just go up and then drop. Like that's how the deadpan humor works. But when the buildup is like 2 inches, then you drop. You're like, oh, that sucked.
No. You.
But if
just
it's
go
like a
straight up, and then
500-foot drop, you're like, whoa, that was great.
you get off the coaster after you go up. You go up,
You
the
just-
slope, and then you
you
just
don't
get
even
off.
get-
It's over. That was the ride.
Like I think the analogy that would work there is like, hey, why'd the chicken cross the road? And then I just end the call and leave.
I can't do that joke here. Sorry.
I know, but that would be like more equivalent to what you're trying to say of getting off at the top. It's just why'd the chicken cross the road and then nothing, silence.
That'd be
Hey
great.
guys, you want to see a magic trick?
Yeah, and then you just leave. That would be it.
Watch me disappear.
All right, but
Moral
yeah, I like their interaction. I love the like Pie family, and I'm just gonna say that before we talk about all of them. Is I like all of them. I like their interactions, and I think it's cool to show like the different personalities and how they can all still get along and work together.
I really like how Maud shows she cares for Pinkie. So like even in like the first ever one she appeared in, she was like, I don't like candy, but I sure do love Pinkie Pie. And then that was like the only time she's ever smiled, but it was nice. And also in the Manhattan one, where Pinkie was just like, hey, you know, I got you a present. I sold my party cannon. Even though I'm pretty sure she has like 20 of them, but it's fine. And then Maud was just like, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. You like, this is a great present, but you can't do that. And then like just like fucked up the dude who she sold it to and just took it back, which is kind of illegal, I guess. But
You know what's really bad about that is that they teach an awful moral there, and that is that declining a gift is okay.
That's a good moral.
No, you can't decline gifts. It's rude.
you still.
I mean, it's not. Wait, are you saying that as a joke or?
Half serious, half joke.
It
Okay.
depends on how you decline it.
Yeah, you don't
Like
show
if,
this
if
is
somebody
shit,
like
fuck
gives you
off.
like $20 and you're just like, fuck off, I don't need that $20. What do I look like, a peon to you?
But if someone's like constantly giving you money to the point where they're gonna put themselves in debt,
Well, yeah,
you know, that's a good point to
that's
be. Okay,
different. But I mean, Pinkie Pie has other party cannons. I don't really think she's hurting for it. It's like
But I think it was
that's her
implied
only
that
one.
she
it is
did,
implied that this is her last one,
I mean,
and then the movie
it
comes
is
around,
kind
and
of
you're like,
her.
holy shit. She has one that launches cake out of it, like huge.
Disgusting.
How do you know
Disgusting
she didn't build that
floppy
off
cake.
screen?
That was
Very-
disgusting, floppy cake. It was like just
Fucking
food icing,
pudding
wasn't it?
cake, yeah.
But okay, that's fine. So there wasn't actually too much shitting on Maud Pyle, so I was pretty happy with that.
I told you, I don't hate Maud. I hate it when they try to make her funny.
I'll
And they do
disclaimer
it all
here,
the
too.
time.
It's
I don't
not that-
hate Pinkie. I like Pinkie. She's the least strong.
Overbearing.
Not even the least strong. It's just I like her less than the other characters.
Lee Strong, you want to talk about Fluttershy or Applejack?
Fluttershy is really weak, but she became really strong after.
Dude, she got better, but
got
now she has no
balls.
problems. Is the problem?
Yeah,
It's like,
Yeah,
she's got no issues. So what are they going to do
she
in
does
next
have
episode? on?
issues.
just as good as Starlight now.
You
I mean-
have no problems. We can't give you any problem. Yeah, Fluttershy can't improve is the problem. It's like, oh, what are they going to do? Make her even more assertive?
You can have problems without just having a crippling anxiety that
Well,
should
no,
have
like,
you in a
yeah,
hospital.
No, I got past it. But like now she doesn't have any anxiety. They took it too far. She's not really super shy. More of it's like she's not confident, but that's a problem that Rainbow Dash had. So it's like Where is
Now
she
they have
sitting
to
now?
do complex character development with complex problems that aren't done by one-dimensional characters.
Dude, oh, what do you want? You want her to like, oh no, I'm gonna have a baby. Should I get rid of it? I don't know.
Should I
Oh,
just
what?
dumpster it?
Yeah, do you want to use that fetus? Yeah, what do you fucking what kind of problems do you want them to have?
I mean, it's kind of show canon that Fluttershy is a weak character anyway, because
No,
you
it's
know,
like she's a good
um,
character now is the problem. Like she doesn't have a problem.
You can do more character arcs after the first one. That's
Well, I know, but
a
she can
thing
have
that
like
happens.
it's gonna be real generic.
She has to
now.
go
It's
up
It
to
sh-
Sauron and defeat her long-lost
Sauron.
brother, Lightning Dust.
like okay, if Fluttershy was the only character, I could see that. But there's 6 of them, 7 if you count Starlight, and there's also more if you count like the Cutie Mark Crusaders and stuff. They've already explored a bunch of character flaws. Unless they're gonna go into like really niche ones where it's like, oh, she suddenly has a fear of, I don't know, tadpoles or something.
I mean, like, this show's gonna end in like a season anyway.
Hey, you don't know
Whoa,
that. You can't
what the
talk about
crud?
spoilers.
Well, that's
Whoa.
I don't even know. That's my hypothesis.
Oh,
like,
okay. That's
Oh, okay, Mr.
understandable.
Scientist.
it's my personal hypothesis.
What,
It isn't
yeah,
confirmed though. It isn't confirmed.
I
so
personally
like
think
wrapping
that
up plot threads would be a good idea.
Well, yeah, if they're planning to end it, but we have to pretend that they're not going to end it, and it's going to go on forever.
That would be the ideal
Yeah.
scenario. Also, my joke of
That's the
Fluttershy
ideal.
being weak and having no muscle just went over everyone's head, so I'm sad. about
Haha,
that.
she's weak.
Yeah.
Because
Anyways,
she's a
back to
Pegasus.
Pinkie.
They should just give her Rainbow
Yeah,
Dash's
that's
old
fine.
plotline.
We can go back to Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, she should become Rainbow Dash now, where
Yeah.
she's too confident.
She's gotta join the Wonderbolts now. Become a better flyer.
Dude, she's gonna become the best flyer. She's gonna do a Sonic Rainbow. And then everyone's gonna start spouting, like Fluttershy's gonna say, "Oh, that needs to be about 25% cooler," and then everyone's gonna start spouting.
Yo,
And then
actually,
she
though,
just
that'd be
dabs.
good.
And then she dabs.
We'd have like Rainbow Dash, like more and more, just becoming scared of her.
Yeah, and the
all to
Rainbow
that-
Dash starts
Is this an
becoming
abusive
shy.
relationship? Is this what we want?
It's
Yes.
a cycle. Like they switch.
Yeah, it's great.
They
Rainbow Dash
switch
just becomes
places every
cripplingly
time.
shy over it. She can't handle it anymore. Fluttershy's just in her crud.
I
And
mean,
who's Pinkie Pie gonna switch with? Like Pinkie Pie's gonna have to become Twilight. Like she's gonna
Yeah,
become
Pinkie Pie doesn't
overpowered, and
have
then
foil, and
She's already the best.
Twilight's going to realize that the most important friendship lesson she ever learned was to try and make others happy. So she's gonna become like a clown.
Twilight
and
would
then-
not do that well.
Pinkie Pie is going to go and become the all-powerful because she already is.
yeah.
She's already the leader after
You
the
just
movie,
swap
anyways.
with Discord,
so
like just no explanation. Discord becomes Pinkie, Pinkie becomes Discord. Like they
dude,
just
if that's an episode in the future, you know how fucking hype that would be.
That's
Like,
what
They
How do we
switch
know that
bodies
hasn't
or
happened
something.
already?
It's gonna be like a Freaky Friday kind of scenario. Where like
They should
Pinkie
have
and
an episode
Discord
together,
switch
that would be
bodies, and it's like, look, they switch bodies, and Pinkie's like, whoa,
as
nothing
long as
changed.
Fluttershy says something along the lines of "giving my kinky boyfriend back."
Stop. All right, let's go back to talking about the Pie family.
Oh yeah, Mod.
No, Mod. I mean, yeah, if you want to talk about Mod, go for it.
I mean,
I was
okay.
done with Mod. Like, I don't have anything to shit on her. That was it. I wanted to explain myself and actually explain why I have issues with Mod.
You're now no longer allowed to shit on more than any future podcasts, and we're just going to go back to Scion's OC.
I mean, why can't I shit on Mod?
That's a market improvement.
Understandable. Fair enough.
Anyway.
Alright, next
Yeah,
Pie
them?
sister. We're going to go with a Limestone now, because
I haven't seen
not?
any episodes with the other Mod sisters,
Are you
so
kidding me?
What?
I'm just gonna
What?
abstain from this one.
didn't you
Why
see
are you
the
here?
Mudbriar one?
I've seen that one, but like they were in it for like a minute, so like yeah,
Yeah, that's about it.
All right.
Yeah.
All you need to know: one of
yeah,
them,
one angry, one sad.
one is
I got it.
angry, one is shy.
One is Fluttershy, and one is...
One is Fluttershy recolor number 3, and the other one is angry. And that's it.
Well done. Yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it? Marble Pie is cute though,
yeah,
and I
ask-
thought
no,
Marble...
I thought we were talking about
Map was going
Limestone.
to be a thing. We're just kind of talking about both of them once, because they're like
Yeah, they're pretty
About
minor.
5%
I
of a
didn't-
character each.
I did not like the shipping that went on with like Big Mac and the shy one because it's like, oh look, they both don't talk much.
I thought it was funny. Come on, it was funny.
I think
It's
Marvel
funny.
is like one of the worst characters in the show. Straight up.
Good. You should also just let
Is
Coco
Marvel
walk
the
at
angry
it.
one or the shy one?
The
Marvel
shy
is
one.
the shy one.
I
It's
agree with
Fluttershy
you.
recolor number 3.
She hits on her cousin and is just a like extremely discount knockoff Fluttershy, but with
Yeah.
none of the redeeming qualities.
Chinese bootleg Fluttershy.
Yeah. It's a problem with the show in general. Is just having like for some reason they always do shy characters all the same, and it's like, is this Fluttershy? It's just they're all of the shy characters are all overly shy, and it's
Yeah.
they all remind you of the same person. It's like, why can't this person be shy in like certain situations where, oh, I'm around someone that I think is, whatever. Something
what's
different.
Funny though is like if they did do something like that, you'd probably hear a lot of people saying, "That's out of character. She would never be shy."
Dude, people complain about that shit all the time. Fucking
I
know,
don't
it's
think
great.
you can trust the community on anything.
I don't trust the
including us,
community.
Really
Right?
can't.
I mean, aren't we the community?
Yeah,
the
we're
community
also
podcast.
we
Literally
can't.
You
in
can't
the
trust
name.
us.
Yeah, but
You can't
we're the
trust
big
us.
brains. of
No,
the
you can't trust
community.
us. It's okay.
Never
I'm
take our
activating my
opinions.
200 IQ. All the characters are trash except for Gummy.
Except for dude, Gummy
That
is
is correct. Well done.
Gummy's gonna be the season 9 villain. He's gonna be tired of everyone's shit, so he's just
Just-
gonna take over.
He
I
doesn't
have
even
a
say
theory
anything, he
that-
just-
What's your theory?
I have a theory that Gummy is actually Rick from Rick and Morty.
Oh,
Oh no!
Yeah. There you go.
No. We don't need this.
I am not.
We didn't ask for this.
I mean, hey, they're canon, okay? I mean, we can pretend
They
we all
are
hate it,
canon.
but they're there.
So is the fucking Breaking Bad guy. He's also
Yeah.
canon. Walter White.
Does that mean mess is canon?
I guess, yeah.
We
A
prefer
form
the
of it.
term crystal ponies, NG.
Oh,
No.
gross.
You just fucking powder crystal ponies and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a black
You just
market trade.
grind
So we don't talk about it.
This is how they made everything out of crystal. Fucking Cadence just sells underperforming citizens and fucking banks the money.
Yeah.
Dude, now that we think about it, think about like all of the Pinkie Pie breaks going back to that. Think about all the things that are canon now.
Oh, yeah.
Like Back to the Future, that's canon.
You know?
They're not canon.
Gen 3.5, as much as we don't want it to be, is canon.
Gen
Shining
2.5
is
has
canon.
always been canon.
Did you say Shining? As in
Yeah.
like Shining Armor, or as in The Shining?
The Shining.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like
Oh,
Shining Armor. It's like,
Shining
yeah,
Armor
of
is
course it
canon.
is.
Shining isn't canon. I don't believe in it.
It's just
Also-
Cadence's like love hologram. It's one of her abilities.
Love.
They haven't
Stop.
really gone out of their way to say any of the old generations weren't canon. Like, they throw in the lore of almost all of them, and they're just, yeah, they exist. So what?
The Smooze, he exists.
The smooth.
The
Yeah.
Smooths.
He's the final boss.
Praise Lord Smooths.
Alright. Yeah, also, no, wait, no, that's all of them.
I
We
did
talked
like
about all of her sisters, that was it.
I did like in the most recent one where Limestone Pie was like when she found out that Maud had a boyfriend, she was like, "What, jealous? I'm not jealous." Like it was a small line, but it sort of added a lot to her without doing much, just using the viewers.
Look, she's a grumpy character, haha.
I would
She
like to
just
say,
wants
like,
love.
She doesn't
that
look
is
exactly
a good,
deserve.
like, character thing. I think the way that line, like, came out was so weirdly forced with, like, barely any context or reason for it to be said in that moment. Like, I kind of forget, like, what was going on in the episode, but I just remember she just, like, spouts it out almost out of nowhere.
She spouts everything out though, so
Dude, they needed
Just
it.
kinda
Like the voice
regurgitate
actor got called up at like
Yeah.
1 in the morning, and they're like, "Shit, we forgot one of your lines."
That's
And
just-
so they had to run into the studio and like record one line, and they're just like, "Fuck, I want to go back to sleep."
like, you got that in a few of the episodes, and even in the movie, where like you can tell they're pressed for time, but they want to fit it in. It's like the characters don't even take breaks. They see that period, and they just freaking toss it out and keep
you
going.
mean like the airship animation?
Yeah. Well, Tempest's whole speech during that line, she is just rapid firing crud, and like it'd be more dramatic. She like slowed it down and stuff, but nah,
No,
it's like
they-
da-da-da-da-da-da with the lines.
I don't
They
think
were afraid
Tempest
of becoming
actually
God.
cared. Like, just She was there. She was sleeping, honestly.
She was sleeping
Light
on
work.
everyone. She could have done so much better, but she was just sleeping on everyone.
Yeah,
Just light work.
she flexed on him enough. Okay, she had to take a
Tempest
break.
could have put the orbs down on the floor, and the 4 princesses would have trapped themselves somehow. Like,
She
they're
would have
just
stepped
that
up.
bad.
The writing is like that convenient that it's just like, oh, I woke up and I got out of bed and I stepped on the orb. Oops.
She could have done that. She could have offered like 4 orbs as gifts without any context, and all of them would have touched it at the same exact second, so no one could have found it out. But no,
Yeah, that's the writing convenience.
it's great.
Excuse me,
It's
the
always gonna
My
work
Little
out.
Pony movie podcast was last week. Like,
Yeah, I was about to say, shout out
Yeah,
to
you
that
didn't invite
discussion.
me. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you weren't invited. Neither of you guys were invited.
yeah.
Glim was
fine.
invited, but then we said you're not invited. But then we invited you here.
Funny how that worked. No, joke.
It's exactly how it works.
It was the 10th one. It was a very special one.
Yeah, you guys aren't special enough to be on the 10th one. Sorry,
Yeah, no.
that's what we.
Oh,
That's what we
okay.
figured. We're like, hey, who could we have on the 10th one? And we're like, not those guys. Not
Well, you know-
special enough.
Wob paid us.
Well, he paid you. He didn't pay me. I haven't
Yeah, he
gotten any
paid me.
payment.
That's fine. You brought T6. I brought Wob. It was fair.
It was fair.
All is
Quote,
fair
unquote,
in
as you
Equestria
get, like,
Daily.
$500 plush, and it's like, yep, fair.
Speaking of friends,
Yeah, speaking of friends,
Speaking of friends, that is a great topic.
does Pinkie Pie have friends?
No.
Nah. All right, next topic.
yeah, okay. Next topic. Let's see here. Relationship with the apples.
No, we're not doing that yet. We have to talk about the friends.
What? She doesn't have friends. We've already
No,
cool.
she has.
Yeah.
She has pseudo friends. She has people
We're
she
gonna
makes
talk
happy.
about her relationship with certain every creatures.
every
um,
creatures.
So we'll start with the Rainbow Dash because that was one of the first ones. So you've got a very sort of jesty relationship, I guess, where they like have a lot of pranks. I think that's like their only interactions with each other mostly. Was in,
Well, like the early season, yeah, you know,
but
they,
there's
they
also
have more
28
interactions
pranks
beyond
later.
that.
Yeah, they're supposed to be friends, but like
They just
at
do
the
don't
same
things
interact
time,
too
they
much.
just don't
Yeah.
do anything together.
outside of like pranks and stuff. But I want to say what Pinkie Pie did in 28 pranks later was hilarious, and already
It
deserved
was
like every single
fucking
thing.
glorious, and anybody who calls that episode out of character needs to rethink what they're thinking.
Yeah, the episode is in character. It's
Dude,
perfect.
it's so in character, it made me happy. I was watching it, I'm like, whoa, this
I just
is
wanna know.
exactly what would happen. Also, I'm sorry, I keep cutting you
No.
off.
It's okay. I just want to know how the Crunchy convinced an entire town to go for prank.
She's
Dude,
Pinkie.
because
Pinkie
she's
Pie.
friends with everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like there had to be someone who's like, hey, you know, that's a lot of work. No, none of them were like that. The
Dude,
whole town
look,
was like,
have you
want us
seen
to
their
mob
town?
up?
What do you
Yeah,
think they
have you-
do?
Have you
What
seen
do they do with their
Cranky's
free time?
episode? I don't think they had a choice. Like,
Forces them.
Well, I mean, hey, it was either that or deal with a bugbear attack too. So
But yeah, also they're probably all pissed off at Rainbow because like she got everyone in town, so like everyone's like, all right, you know what?
oh yeah.
I'm okay for revenge. And basically what they thought was that revenge is okay if someone's being a douche about it.
But I also like how
It's a
no
good
one broke
story.
secret, and they're all perfect, amazing, flawless actors who had no deviance in the performance.
Dude, they're fucking great. They're all good actors.
I just
Yeah.
want to point out that every single character in that episode was just Pinkie, except for Rainbow.
They're all Pinky. They were all
Pretty
clones. She
much.
went to the mirror pool, but somehow like made them look different.
she went onto the mirror pool but brought some makeup.
Exactly.
Is that how this works now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crud, that's good. That's good lore right there.
That is good lord. You should read my 600-page fan fiction on it.
Oh heck yeah! Yo, next podcast,
It's
NG
just a
fanfic.
reading.
NG fanfiction podcast win.
Yeah. I
Better
got
start
1 week to
working
write
on
one. Yeah, so there isn't too much to this relationship, really, is there?
Yeah. Honestly, Pinkie's fine in the relationship, but Rainbow Dash is just terrible. Lies to
Yes.
her, mistreats
Lies to
her.
her, mistreats
Oh, yeah, there
her,
is
yeah.
also the Secrets of My Pies or whatever.
Secrets
Yeah,
of my
I mean-
pies.
I
She's
forgot what it was
Here's
called.
of my pies, dude.
Literally, the episode confirms that Rainbow Dash has been lying for years.
Lying for years about the taste of Pinkie's pie.
You
Stop.
see, it's all okay because last second she's just like, "Oh, but I was doing it to protect you," and that makes it okay.
All
Or maybe
right.
you could have just brought it
I'll
up
have
at
you
some
know I
point.
have a seething hatred for a certain character that I willingly withhold from ranting about at every given moment to protect you.
Is it Zephyr?
Yes, it's Lightning Dust. Thank you.
It's a Zephyr Dust, my favorite character.
Well, what is it though?
No, that was the joke. That was the whole joke, NG.
Yeah, that was the joke.
Oh,
Did it go over
okay.
your head?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, it
we're
went over
moving
my head
on
too.
now.
And I thought he was about to like fucking like rip into someone.
No.
I was getting
I
the
was
whole
prepared.
joke was that
I was
there
just
isn't.
pointing out that I haven't seen that episode, but from the synopsis I've gotten, Pinkie really wants to give Rainbow her pie, right? And Rainbow
Yeah.
doesn't want none of that pie. But
Rather
if
than-
somebody's like, Rainbow's not good at communicating. That's been
There's
established.
some
So
innuendos here.
Well, see,
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
this is worse than just not communicating. Like,
Yeah, it's
She-
beyond.
somebody like
Yeah.
makes you brownies, like they come to your door and they're like, "Here, take these brownies," and you don't really like brownies, but like,
But
they
instead
made
of
these
saying you
brownies,
don't like
they-
them, you
why
take
would you?
them.
No, like somebody baked you brownies, like and gave them to you, and you're just gonna go, "No, I don't like brownies. Fuck off!" Like
Well, no, you
nobody
don't
would
do
do that. You
that.
don't
Well,
do that.
but you
You
can
can just
say, hey, I
go,
don't.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Someone's
thanks.
got
And
it.
then like be like, and then like later, I like them, but I don't. Brownies aren't really my thing. But thanks anyways. But,
Literally
like,
anything could have worked.
yeah,
anything could have worked, but Artie is not smart.
and it gets worse because, like, okay, you said you didn't watch the episode, but there's a point where Pinkie refuses to blink because
Yeah.
she needs proof that Rainbow Dash is eating this crud. Rainbow Dash can see that her eyes are all freaking watery, puffy, and just
I think that's more Pinkie's problem than
Terrible.
Rainbow's.
No, this is.
no. But
this is
see,
most
all Rainbow Dash
definitely-
has to do is just come out with it, like, okay, this has gone too far, right? But she doesn't. She continues it
Yeah,
because she just apparently is. Her brain just doesn't exist for her to think that, maybe there's consequences to this.
I feel like this is a failing on both ends where Pinkie
it is-
rolled like
it
negative
is a
20
failing.
on her perception check to realize that Rainbow really don't want none of that
It's-
pie.
That's what you
It's
get
a
when you put
failure.
everything in luck.
And then Rainbow is just like negative 20 charisma, just doesn't know how to English.
pretty much. Like it starts off, the episode's good, and it's like, look, I think that she doesn't like my pie. That makes me sad. Like, is she not eating it? What's wrong? Like, I want her to tell me. And so, like, she's trying to give her pies and just be like, hey, do you not like them or what? But Rainbow Dash just refuses. And, like, at a certain point, it goes from, like, Pinkie's problem to, like, Rainbow Dash making it worse. Like, it
Look,
it
he just killed
accelerated.
Spirit.
Yeah, it's all right. He dies sometimes.
That's pretty much how all their episodes go, though. Pinkie starts as the problem, but then Rainbow Dash is like, oh no, it's my problem now.
Yeah, it's hang on, wait, there's a problem in this episode. Let me just take that from you. But yeah, no, it's a good episode up until Rainbow Dash starts like not getting the hint, like, hey, I could solve this problem.
In the defense of Rainbow, the entire episode was just meant to be a sexual innuendo. That
Yeah,
was
pretty
the
much.
purpose.
Wants to eat her pie. That's the whole episode.
So like they had to milk it for all they had. Like if it was resolved in 5 minutes, like, no, I don't want your pie. Like they couldn't fit more dirty jokes in.
They could have fit all the pie jokes in there. Haha.
Yeah. Some
Alright.
really missed points there. Hey,
What other kind of fucking friendships that she got going on?
There is. Well, we've already kind of talked about cheese sandwich, but is there
Ooh,
any...
cheese sandwich.
Cheese
Quality.
Sandwich showed up and then left.
He quality
Good
character.
episode.
Yeah, he
Quality character.
He
though.
appeared in the movie for
Yeah.
like 10 seconds. Well, not even that
I
much.
thought he had
like
2
2
I thought he had 2 episodes.
no.
Well,
Just one.
well, I
Oh,
mean,
I
like, I know he had
know.
one main episode, but I thought he came back. I thought he
Nope.
came back for like a little cameo thing again.
Yeah, but he was just exploring and saw a rainbow.
Ah,
That
okay,
was it.
yeah.
Yeah, he went to go get a pack of cigarettes, is what he told Pinkie, and he really hasn't come back since.
He just
Pretty
didn't
bad.
like Pinkie, but he's the Pinkie of Pinkie, and he can't just tell Pinkie like I hate you. So he's just
There's-
like, yeah, we're best buds. I'm leaving and never.
There's not
coming
room
back."
enough in this town for the both of it. Like, he's not going to be able to make child support working there because like it's already covered. So he has to go elsewhere.
Cheese Sandwich would have child support, wouldn't he?
Probably.
I mean,
He's a
he
party.
does
He's a
kinda- yeah.
party pony, man.
And he gets around the places. He's a traveling party pony at the.
Yeah.
You want to know what's more concerning is that like you see the episode and you're like, wow, like this guy's obviously older than Pinkie Pie, and then like no, they're actually like the same age.
No
It's
problem.
weird. It doesn't
Stallions
like
have advanced aging.
they have advanced aging.
Is that why there's barely any of them? They just keep dying.
Yeah, they all die off. They die off early.
It's pretty tragic, honestly.
This makes
Yeah.
this makes
That's how
all
it
sense.
works.
That's why when you hear theories about Applejack's parents, it's almost always the dad who kicked it to the can first.
Exactly. They just die early.
I
They have
do.
shorter lifespans.
I do like the fact that Cheese Sandwich was voiced by Weird Al. I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah, it's always cool when they get like cameos like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially because
It's like we got this famous guy, and it's like, whoa,
yeah,
that's
like,
cool.
This ain't some like stupid little show. It's
Like the Perfect Pair episode, you know, they had freaking
William Shatner.
yeah, William Shatner on there. That was cool.
We got Patrick
I like
Oswalt as well for Quiver Pants.
When they do get these celebrities, it's always voices that really fit within the show.
Like,
So
Oh,
it
yeah.
doesn't like stick out and sound like it's just completely unfitting and shoehorned in.
They don't have a voice coming in like, oh hey guys.
Yeah.
Like, oh whoa, right? That doesn't fit at all.
Yeah.
Cheese Sandwich comes in like, are you guys
Super
ready to
deep,
party?"
dark, and foreboding.
Let's have-
Christian
yeah.
Bale is voicing Cheese.
Christian
Oh my
Bale.
god. That is something I want to see.
It's something that we need now. Cheese Sandwich comes back but had a voice change.
He went through his dark saga.
He came back. His character development.
He went through some shit. All his
Oh, man.
possessions got stolen, and he had to like hike back for about 3 years, using his own. Just it was a horrible story.
Speaking of hiking for 3 years, let's talk about the Yaks.
Oh
I
boy.
don't know what this question means, so.
Do you not know the Yaks?
Do you not know who
know
the
what
Yeah,
the
Yaks
Yaks
are?
my
are. I
prompt-
don't understand what this means.
My prompt was shit. Just ignore the prompt.
What do you mean you don't know how they connect? Did you not watch the episode?
So like, basically,
Which
how did Pinkie
episode?
Pie get in with the Yaks? Like, why? How did Pinkie Pie befriend them? How did it work? What sort
It
of
didn't.
overlapping personalities are there that makes
It
fucking?
didn't work, and that's what was great.
But like what's the guy's name again? The King of the Yaks?
Dude, if I remembered,
Yak Yak.
that's the place, the location.
No, his
Prince
name's Yak Yak.
Rutherford.
Prince Rutherford. That's it.
Ruther, yeah.
Like he
Sounds
seems to
yucky.
like Pinkie.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
After a while, like they finally got along. It's like, hey,
And
I
also-
kind of see him liking Pinkie a bit, to be honest.
the reason that they got along eventually is like Pinkie Pie eventually figured out like, hey, maybe we should do things their way. And
Yeah.
it's like, hey, that's
I-
good.
I think that episode where they got introduced is kind of pretty bad, not gonna lie.
I actually liked it.
Yeah,
I like the
liked
moral,
it.
anyways. It was like, hey, you guys should do the pony things. Here's what we like, and it's like, no, we don't like that. And then Pinkie Pie was like blown away by that. 'Cause she's like, fuck, I don't know what to do now. But then she realized we just need to do it their way. Problem
I
solved.
think that might actually be the complete opposite of what happened.
No, it's exactly what happened.
I like-
Moving on.
I did like Celestia at the end when the Yaks was just like, "We not going to war with Pink Pony," and then Celestia was just like, "What in tarnation?" Like she just popped in for the last.
Yeah. But I think it was cool, like they kind of both like conceded with each other, and it's like, hey, these are both good ways to do things.
Yes.
Did the Yaks acknowledge that? I thought they were just like, "Yak way, best way," and just.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
at the end they were like, yeah, you do things your way, we do things our way, but we can be friends.
I did it my way. All right.
Were you about to break into song?
Frank
Oh wait.
Sinatra.
Which episode are we talking about then? Because there was 2 episodes where
The
it had
one where he's
conflict.
like, big boy, I come in. If I don't like you, I'm going to
Yeah,
war.
but, like,
and
the
then,
first-
that one.
The first episode was like they were trying to appease the Yak, but
Yeah.
nothing they did was perfect. And then the second episode, the Yaks, was when Pinkie was trying to force her ways, and then screw off.
Well, yeah, that was like trying to solve their problems, like that. Yeah, that was the second one, but the first
Yeah, so
one,
I'm trying to figure out because like we've hit both of them.
dude, maybe they both kind of had a similar moral. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
And we
Okay.
just talked about both Yak episodes. I kind of forgot about the second one, but then
Yeah, I
like I
forgot about
remember
the second one.
they were eating snow, and then I remember that. So.
How do you forget about the second episode?
I forgot about it up until I remembered the eating snow, and then it all came flying back to me. I'm like, oh yeah,
That's the best Yak episode.
Still kind of. Is that when
They-
Pinkie Pie ruins everything and like
No.
destroys the town?
I mean, kind of. They
Yeah,
kind of
kind
destroyed
of.
their own town, though. To be
Yeah.
fair.
Sounds like a Yak thing to do.
Today, at this hour, we now do the stomping, and then we do this, and then we do this, and also we don't have food.
Yo, yeah, I like that part where they almost all starved to death. That was great.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Their own incompetence is like, oh, we do things this way, but also we're dying. But that's okay because we're eating snow.
Yeah, no problem.
So what you're saying is Yaks are alpacas, and no one gets that here because no one plays TFH. But I got that, and maybe like one person listening got that, and that makes me happy.
Good job.
Thank you, thank you. As a co-host, I get to throw in TFH where I want to. That's part of the agreement.
Yeah, but
Understandable.
your opinions on that game are trash too.
How about you like my current
Let's-
profile picture is Oleander.
Moving on.
Yeah, all right.
Moving on.
It's fine. It's fine.
You know, I don't think we've actually talked about the pets for all of the characters.
Yeah, Gummy
but-
is a pet. He does things. Slice of Life isn't a canon episode, so
Slice
we
of
can't
Life.
talk
Wait,
about
what?
that.
What?
Slice of Life, first off, is most definitely canon.
Yes.
Secondly, Gummy is a pet.
Yes, Gummy is. A
I
pet.
think that her and Gummy have a romantic relationship, which has been hinted at throughout multiple
No, stop.
episodes.
Stop, that's
I-
enough.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna
like-
go into some like entire copy pasta or something.
Yeah, I thought you had a whole thing ready. You were just gonna read off
No.
like the script you had.
See,
Oh,
this is why we
unfortunately,
tell you
looking
guys
at
last
our
minute,
Clues here.
so that you can't prepare any copy pastas to just spew in an episode. It's quite ingenious planning. To be
You
honest.
guys are just catching me on my left feet, so that I can't defend any points I make. Like
Yeah, that's exactly
30
right.
minutes before the podcast starts. Hey, you want to be on the podcast? Yeah, like
Exactly.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Dude, that's how we do it. Like, we need like legitimate banter. We can't just have people coming in with like a script, like, "Oh, why do you like it?" And they have to like, "Hang on a minute." You hear like paper rustling. Hang on. What question are you like flipping through like your little pamphlet you got ready?
Oh,
It's like preparing for an interview. You just need a. get your
Yikes.
questions
Let me put
ready.
this away.
Let me put the
Yeah.
shove some paper in your
Whoops.
pocket. Hang on. Pull out your note cards, shuffling through them. Yeah, Pinkie Pie and which one was it? You got like fucking, you got them all
Pinkie
like
Pie,
labeled.
which one was it?
Like looking through the friends. You're like, oh, what, is the Yaks? Rainbow? No, not that one. You're like shuffling through them.
We also need you to be unprepared with your opinions, so we can shove ours down your throat.
Absolutely, yes. That's the
Nice.
whole
Nice.
one.
To you guys, jeez.
delicious opinions.
Delicious.
So yeah, Gummy, great. Yeah, it doesn't do much, but when he's there, he's just he's a little cutie.
He's
What
funny. There are
happened to his
sometimes where-
teeth?
What happened to his teeth? Tragic
Gummy.
accident.
He's Gummy.
Like,
yeah.
That's the thing. Like that's been the thing throughout the whole show, but we've never.
We
once
don't
gotten an
talk about it.
explanation. Oh,
That's it.
okay.
It's the Tooth Fairy, except for in the MLP universe, the Tooth Fairy is
Boom.
actually something they fear.
We don't talk about it.
Dude, it's
Gummy is
like-
cursed to bear the burden of the Tooth Fairy, so that no one else has to suffer when he
exactly.
suffers.
Nobody else loses teeth in the show because of Gummy.
It was
What
the
a
it was the
brave
tooth
soul.
fairy, but it was just the guy around the back with a pair of pliers.
He's the martyr we all needed.
Exactly. Like in that universe, the Tooth Fairy is actually like a fairy demon, and it just comes and steals teeth. But Gummy is just—he's got everyone's back.
Gummy is true MVP.
He's
He
the
just gr-
best.
grows teeth, and then he like takes them out, puts them underneath people's pillows, so that like they don't have to live in fear.
Everyone
This
in
is
Pony
morbid.
Village has a
I
gummy
don't.
tooth
I don't
under their
think
pillow.
this.
You don't think what?
Of course, you don't like it, but this is why Gummy is the best pet.
I also like it. Like there are times where I feel like he's gonna do something, like when Pinkie like gets a bunch of baking ingredients, and it's just like, when I come back, you know,
Do
you better
this.
make some cakes when I come back. And I legit was expecting it to come back, and there'll just be cakes ready, and then Pinkie will just
That'd be
and we'll
great.
be like, what the fuck? But Gummy would just be like, yeah, this is what I do.
Yeah, I would love that.
But
And then
we-
Gummy can just sit there and like blink, and then like comes back, and like all the shit's done. It's like, ah, hey, you did it.
yeah,
It'd be great. That's the
But-
kind of humor I can get behind.
it was also funny that they just came back and everything was exactly the same. Like it's exactly what it should have been, but that's why it was funny. It was good.
Would have been better. It could have been better,
Could have been better,
but it was good.
It was also acceptable, and you know, a bit more, I guess, less
Dude,
risky.
Gummy, Gummy is legitimately Maud's humor, but like better.
All right, we're moving
It's just
on.
no response.
No, honestly,
only
I
Gummy?
really like Gummy, so I can.
I like it when
with
like
you on
Pinkie
that one.
talks to Gummy and he just like sits there and like blinks. It's like, yeah.
But Pinkie
That's Gummy.
understands. That's the most important part.
It's like when you have like a pet goldfish or something, you like talk to it and it just kind of like swims around. You're like, yeah, I agree.
Are you talking to your goldfish?
I don't have
Yes.
a goldfish. But if I did, I'd be talking to it.
Oh,
I
okay.
talk
Do
to
you
my
not
dog.
talk to your pets?
Yeah.
I talk to my pets, but not my goldfish,
Why not?
Why not?
because they have to go through the great trials of the snack that smiles back goldfish, where they fight over the volcano that is my mouth, and the one who has crushed the least in the melee is sacrificed to the great altar. So there's no room for conversation in that.
Are you saying you swallow the one you chewed the least?
No, the one
Yeah.
that survives the combat is sacrificed to the great volcano god.
Yeah,
Which is
so
me.
you're swallowing the one that's least chewed.
There's no chewing. They're in combat.
They're in combat.
With your teeth.
No, with each other.
With each other in my mouth. Is what he's
No,
trying to get
no,
at.
they aren't in the mouth yet. Only
Oh.
the worthy one is sacrificed.
Oh,
What the
okay.
heck?
Which is still the least crushed
Okay.
one.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Glad we got that figured out.
Just swallowing whole goldfish.
I think
Like
he's
the-
talking
He
about
is
the snack
also
that smells
atomized before he's. Let's not worry about this, honestly.
funny. All right. I
This is
agree.
exactly what I expect to happen when I invite Slink on a podcast.
Talks about eating goldfish. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys brought
that's
up
cool.
goldfish.
Talking about pets here.
It's not my fault. I'm trying to get this back on topic and move us forward, but we're stuck on Gummy.
No, we're
Gummy's
going for
great.
the
We
4-hour
have
one,
to
so
talk- We need to have the
Yeah.
4-hour Gummy discussion.
We got a lot
Okay,
of crud to
2
pat out,
hours
okay?
of talking about apple pie.
Apple pie. Let's
Yo.
go.
Yeah,
the ship or the
worship,
friendship?
terrible.
Both.
It's a terrible ship, yeah.
What?
Has
You don't
Applejack-
like incest? Haha.
Okay, so like, has Applejack actually done anything good for Pinkie since this whole family thing started?
Nope.
Yeah, like
Has Applejack done anything?
Nope.
she went to Pinkie's heartwarming celebration, tried to force her ideals on him, touched Holder's boulder, ruined everything.
Touched holders. Well, how fucking dare she?
Yeah, seriously. And then after that, have they even had an episode together?
I
Like,
mean, they've
I-
been in episodes, but like 2 together in a main episode? No. I don't
Did
think
they
so. anyways.
have a map episode where they were called together?
Oh
my God, have they?
It was forgettable, so.
Yeah, so if they did, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Dang.
they did. They went to no, that was Fluttershy and Applejack.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh wait, no.
What's
Well,
the
there we
point of
go.
the relationship then?
Yeah, they
Um,
needed an episode.
Pinkie
they're
doesn't have
related,
relationships.
maybe, and that was funny.
Was
It
it?
was a shout out to all those people out there who are dating their cousins that they didn't know were their cousins.
To be fair, they're barely
yeah.
related.
The
and
shout out
think,
I needed.
I think the way they are related, they actually aren't. Like, because they had like so many fucking like removed bits. It was like if you had a wife, you wouldn't actually be related to them. So then, if the wife's sister had a family, you wouldn't be blood related to their kids and like
Can I
that
make
sort of thing.
Can I make a British joke?
No.
Oh god.
No.
That's all I had to say. The joke was already made with me saying that.
Okay, awesome.
Dang.
I feel-
NG's trying to just justify the inbreeding.
Yeah. I don't
Sorry,
think Pinkie
I'm
really
saying there
interacts
isn't
with
any. I'm not justifying it. If I was justifying it, I would just say that.
Gotta
love
keep the
knows no
royal blood, I
boundaries.
understand.
Yeah. that's
NG,
also-
are you related to the queen?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew it. There we go. That's all we need.
I'm streaming this from like the throne room right now.
You're
Just like-
actually inside of Big Ben right now.
No, I'm in
Bong.
Buckingham Palace.
That's
Why would I be in Big
the
Ben?
joke. That's the joke,
That's-
NG.
that's- this-
Okay, guys, it's almost like 1 past bong here. We need to hurry up.
One past bong.
Alright
Alright.
then. So, relationship with apples. That
There is none.
There is
Yeah,
Yeah.
not really. They had
It's
an
not
episode. It
relevant.
was kind of neat. It's like, look,
the heartwarming
Applejack
episode
and-
was alright. It
Well,
was
Yeah, no, the heartwarming one was the better one.
yeah. I feel like
I
some
literally don't remember these episodes. So
The heartwarming one is where Applejack was like, "Hey, I'll spend it with you because our family's doing some other shit. I don't fucking remember."
and then
So
she
like,
forced
they
her
took the
ideals
whole
on them.
Apple family over to the pie place, and they're like, "Hey, we do things this way," and Apple's like, "Nah, tradition. We do it this way." And it's like, "No, we don't want to do it that way." And it's
To be
like,
fair, I don't
you
wanna
guys are
have
doing it
rock
all
soup.
wrong.
I
Yo,
would
rock
not have
soup.
fun spending.
Delicacy.
It's
And-
another Applejack is unaware episode.
Applejack doesn't
Probably.
understand that people do things differently. Hilarity ensues.
Yes. Have we had an Applejack podcast yet?
No, but we will.
I feel like we'd have some
It'll
issues finding
be
guests.
30. It'll be 30 minutes long.
Yes.
30 minutes. Oh no. Yo, let me tell you, there's some hot takes to make on Applejack.
Can we just
That's-
get people who we don't like on? Just because, like, just give them the shit end of the podcast. Just like, yeah,
Give
you're in an
somebody the
Applejack
shit
one.
end.
Good
Dude,
luck.
no, save that for the Fluttershy one. Come on.
That's
Save Applejack
Fluttershy has
for
something to
our
talk
mouse.
about.
But yeah, I don't have any more talking points about Pinkie Pie really, unless you guys got stuff.
she's a great pony. Probably the best one.
All right, we got it, NG.
She's got a great color scheme.
She does have a
Dude.
great color scheme.
Pink.
I really
Yeah.
feel like she would do better if she had like a pink mane or something.
Yeah, if she had more pink, I think it would be better.
Her eyes being blue are a mistake. TBH.
I think she should just be surprised. They should just reskin her for.
Okay, let's not go that far
The
now.
Are we
second
gonna
part.
make her a Pegasus as well?
Mhm.
Yes.
It's the
Oh,
great
but I would like
Larcening.
to-
They're just throwing wings on everything. Doesn't matter if they have a horn; they just throw wings on everything. Even Pegasi, they get 2 sets of wings now.
I would like to say though,
No.
I think most mod episodes lately are brought down simply because Pinkie exists in them.
Whoa.
Because-
All right. Hang on.
She went from okay, so it went from this cool relationship of just like, I sister, I protect, to Pinkie going full blown spaz every time Mod is in the vicinity. And so Mod literally can't do anything because she's got this pink horse up her butt on every
don't
little
know.
aspect.
You say that the issue is Pinkie. I think the
It
issue
is.
is just Mod.
No, it's
So
like,
we can agree to disagree there. That's all right.
I think the issue is Lauren Frost for creating this.
Lauren, you've ruined the show by creating
We
it.
need
What
to
have
go
you
back
done?
to season 3.5 when the plot was consistent.
Plot consistency.
Yep.
yeah.
Let's go back to season 1. All my characters were. I liked season 1, and Fluttershy was my favorite.
Shoo-be-doo. Shoo-shoo-be-doo.
Fucking no sea pony stuff.
Can't believe
We don't
they
need
did that.
Sequestria brought back again.
Thank God. Pinkie, by the way, is like superior, by the way, sea pony wise. When compared to any other sea pony, like it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
even a competition.
A very cute sea pony, even though NG was like, that plush is okay.
The plush
What?
was okay, but she's cute as the sea pony.
Dude, she
You're
was a
just wrong.
high quality sea pony Pinkie plush.
Yeah.
And you just said like,
But honestly,
So-
they could have made the conflict that instead of it was Twilight that caused the issue, all the sea ponies just got really jealous of Pinkie coming up in their land, being vastly superior. And we're like, all right, you know what? We're not helping you. Screw off. You've brought shame to our race.
you brought shame to the fish people. Be gone.
Be
They were
gone,
already shamed, and now they're even more shamed.
We got forced underwater. I like how Rarity is also like technically a fucking narwhal.
Yes.
Can we not
about
don't
that.
overlook that fact. Remember that Rarity was once a narwhal.
Prod.
They should have made her into a narwhal. All I'm saying is like, you know how they like did the design, they all look the same. They should have made them more like specific. Like Spike was a pufferfish, I thought that was hilarious. But like Rarity should have been a narwhal. It would have been so fitting. Think about all the jokes they could have done, like, oh, I'm ugly. I have a horn.
All the jokes we could have done. Oh,
I missed
I'm
out.
ugly. What a joke. What a high tier humor. By
It
the
would've
way,
been
I
great.
hate Mod's humor.
Hey, Slink,
It
why
would-
did
it
the
would've
chick
been
cross
great.
the road?
Because it's ugly.
Tell me.
Yeah, because it's like
Dang.
What?
Yeah,
I want to hear the end of the joke.
that was he said it.
No, I want to hear it from NG's mouth.
Oh,
Well
He did.
then,
He said it.
apparently I have
Say
the
it.
power here.
Tell
That
it
was-
to
I
me.
control your desires.
Tell it to me.
Stop. Jeez.
Sorry, we won't have
Tell me the
ERP.
joke.
We won't have ERP on the podcast. It's fine.
Thank God.
We can
I
save
just
this
want to
for
hear the
afterwards.
joke.
dang.
That was no joke. That was a joke.
Yeah, but I'm gonna use your want for you to receive the end of the joke to get you to
Oh,
do
right.
ERP.
These euphemisms are getting out of hand.
All right. We've said all we need to say. Is
We
that
said
the
all we
end?
need to say.
That is the end of Pinkie.
Well, we've
Rest
only
in
hit
peace.
like about 2 hours, so I mean, we can come up with some stuff.
I
That,
We
that's all
actually
we got.
just hit 1 hour and a half like 3 seconds ago.
Oh,
Not even that.
we should discuss things like how Pinkie seems to get more video games than any other character in any generation. You
What?
notice
What?
that? Pinkie's
Are you
got her own
telling me-
freaking video game.
You're telling me there's video games?
Yeah,
there's video games.
go back
What?
to G3, right? Nintendo DS. It's a Pinkie Pie game.
Yeah, but
It's what?
all I can what? Like who even knows this?
Me.
Why?
I speedran all the old games. I studied them.
I don't know if I'm proud or disappointed.
Be
Bit of
proud
both.
because this
A
gives
little
me
bit of
material
both.
for these discussions.
Hey guys, let's talk about really obscure this. I found a Pinkie Pie plush out on the road the other day, and someone threw it out of their window, and it was kind of like musty sitting there on like the side 'cause it rained recently. It was kind of dirty, but I picked it up and I brought it home, and then I put it in my washing machine, but it got beat up inside of there, so it got torn up a little bit, so we had to sew it back together.
I've never wanted to click stop recording more than I do right now.
You just click stop recording.
Wait,
just
no, that was
make it
interesting.
end.
That
Yeah,
wasn't it.
That was so yeah, this was the 11th podcast. We talked about Best Pony. Thank you for listening, everyone. And yeah,
That's where I
we're
just
gonna
scream.
so you can scream after I click stop recording.